It was supposed to be a routine landing. Delta Flight 4819, a journey from Minneapolis to Toronto, approaching its final destination. Passengers settling in, preparing for touchdown. Then, the unthinkable. The plane, instead of gliding smoothly onto the runway, lurched violently. It slammed into the ground, skidding through the snow. Metal shrieked, passengers screamed. The impact sent the aircraft careening off the tarmac. It flipped onto its back, coming to rest in a mangled heap. Inside, chaos reigned. Passengers were thrown about, luggage tumbling, the air thick with the smell of jet fuel and fear. Emergency responders raced towards the scene, sirens wailing, their faces etched with urgency. A scene of utter pandemonium unfolded as first responders fought to reach the survivors trapped within the wreckage. This was not how the flight was supposed to end. Amidst the wreckage, a frantic search for survivors began. First responders worked tirelessly, their every move a testament to their training and courage. They pulled passengers from the twisted metal, offering words of comfort and reassurance. Miraculously, there were no fatalities, but the relief was tinged with concern. 18 souls bore the weight of the crash, their injuries a stark reminder of the ordeal. 2 adults, their conditions deemed serious, were swiftly airlifted to nearby trauma centers. A young child, their small body bearing the brunt of the impact, was rushed to a children's hospital, their fate uncertain. The remaining injured, their wounds ranging from minor cuts and bruises to more serious fractures and head trauma, were transported to local hospitals. Each injury a story, each life forever marked by the events of that day. The once proud aircraft, now a mangled carcass of steel and wires, lay sprawled on the snow-covered tarmac. Its nose cone crushed, wings twisted at unnatural angles, a testament to the sheer force of the impact. The scene was one of utter devastation, a stark contrast to the bustling activity that usually characterized the airport. Emergency vehicles, their lights flashing, cast an eerie glow on the scene. Investigators, their faces grim, began the arduous task of combing through the debris. Every piece of wreckage, every scratch on the tarmac, a potential clue to unraveling the mystery of what went wrong. The sight of the wreckage served as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the capricious nature of fate. As the initial shock subsided, the search for answers began. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, a beacon of expertise in such matters, took the lead. Their investigators, renowned for their meticulous approach, descended upon the crash site. Every inch of the runway was scrutinized, every piece of debris catalogued. The black boxes, those silent witnesses to the tragedy, were recovered, their data promising to reveal the flight's final moments. Officials from Delta Airlines pledged their full cooperation, their statements expressing shock and a commitment to uncovering the truth. The investigation, a complex puzzle with lives hanging in the balance, promised to be long and arduous. The world watched and waited, hoping for answers, praying for the injured, and grappling with the unsettling reality of such a disaster. Section 5. The airport paralyzed. Disruptions and delays. The impact of the crash extended far beyond the immediate crash site. Toronto Pearson International Airport, one of the busiest in the world, ground to a halt. 2 runways, rendered unusable by the wreckage and the ongoing investigation, were immediately closed. Flights were delayed, then canceled, throwing travel plans into disarray. Thousands of passengers found themselves stranded, their frustrations mounting as they anxiously awaited news. Airport authorities, their resources stretched thin, worked tirelessly to manage the chaos. Deborah Flint, Pearson Airport's president and CEO, addressed the media, her voice betraying the strain of the situation. "This is a difficult day for our airport," she acknowledged, "but our priority is the safety and well-being of our passengers and staff." Section 6. Echoes of Disaster: A History of Aviation Incidents. The crash of Delta Flight 4819 sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, conjuring up memories of past tragedies. The specter of previous incidents, etched in the collective memory, loomed large. Each disaster a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with air travel, despite the industry's best efforts. The investigation, once complete, would undoubtedly lead to new safety protocols, a constant evolution aimed at preventing future tragedies. Yet the question lingered: could such incidents ever be entirely eradicated? The answer, as unsettling as it might be, remained elusive. The quest for aviation safety, a constant battle against human error and unforeseen circumstances, would continue. Section 7. Tensions rise. The incident against a political backdrop. The timing of the crash, occurring against a backdrop of heightened political tensions between Canada and the United States, added another layer of complexity to the unfolding narrative. Some speculated, albeit prematurely, about the possibility of sabotage. Others drew parallels to a recent mid-air collision between an Army Black Hawk and an American Airlines regional jet over the Potomac River, fueling anxieties about the state of North American airspace. However, authorities were quick to caution against jumping to conclusions. The investigation, they emphasized, was still in its early stages. Speculation, they warned, could hinder the pursuit of truth and justice. Section 8. Awaiting answers, the unfolding narrative. As the hours turned into days, the world watched and waited, holding its breath for answers. The investigation continued, a meticulous process of piecing together the events leading up to the crash. The black boxes, their secrets slowly being revealed, held the key to understanding what went wrong. The injured, their recoveries progressing at varying paces, offered glimpses of hope amidst the despair. And amidst the wreckage, the human stories emerged, stories of courage and resilience, of compassion and loss. Stories that transcended the headlines, reminding us of the preciousness of life and the bonds that unite us. Section 9. The future of flight safety, lessons learned, and challenges ahead. The crash of Delta Flight 4819 served as a stark reminder of the ever-present challenges to aviation safety. As investigators worked tirelessly to uncover the truth, the industry as a whole braced for the inevitable scrutiny and the need for continued improvement. The lessons learned from this incident, as with all aviation accidents, would undoubtedly shape future safety protocols and regulations. The quest for safer skies, a continuous journey of innovation and adaptation, would continue. For in the pursuit of aviation safety, there could be no finish line, only the unwavering commitment to minimizing risks and protecting lives.